Need to recognize why I have a bug up my ass approximately the left greater than I used to? It's shit like this. There's an ugliness they never used to have. The liberals I grew up respecting, none of them are like this. Going after the wife? Even the mafia does not try this. There's lots of human beings nowadays who I name liberals in theory. In principle, they hate bullying. Terrible. In exercise, their attitude is, it is no longer bullying once I stick your head in the lavatory, going after a person's partner. Even the mafia would not stoop that low. Yet right here, we're with liberals crossing a line that even Bill Maher, sure, Bill Maher, can't ignore. What sparked this intense backlash? Well, Bobby Kennedy Jr. shocked everyone by means of endorsing Donald Trump. But in place of attacking him immediately, the left set their points of interest on his spouse, Cheryl Hines. Oh, but Bill wasn't having it. Stick around because this is a takedown you don't need to overlook. Before we dive into this fiery tale, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for greater unfiltered takes and hard-hitting observation. Did you subscribe? Amazing. Now allows get into it. Didn't maintain returned this time. He began by way of calling out a shift he's noticed in the left. According to him, liberals used to stand for compassion and equity, but now there is an ugliness to their method, a bullying nature he claims did not exist before. And folks, the evidence speaks for itself. A few weeks returned, Bobby Kennedy Jr. did the unthinkable. He dropped out of the presidential race and advocated Donald Trump, a move no one saw coming. The media erupted, social media exploded, and abruptly, all eyes turned no longer to Bobby, but to Cheryl Hines, his wife. Why Cheryl? Because she dared to do something radical. She stood through her husband. Now, Cheryl Hines is not just all of us. She's Hollywood royalty, liked by her friends, and famously recognized for her role on Curb Your Enthusiasm. Larry David himself once described her as the high-quality person I've ever met. Yet in some way, in a single day, she became the net's public enemy. Social media trolls did not maintain lower back. How do you live with yourself? They scream, do higher. Others even claimed they could not experience episodes of Curb due to the fact she changed into in them. Yes, critically. However, the worst. A tweet from actor Bradley Whitford, who wrote, "Hey, Cheryl Hines, way to stay silent while your lunatic husband throws his guide at the back of a person who strips ladies and their rights. Gutsy." Great instance for the children. Gutsy, more like obnoxious. A couple of weeks in the past, Bobby Kennedy, sign of the maximum storied dynasty in Democratic Party records, dropped out of the presidential race and threw his assists no longer to the Democrat, however to Trump. And everybody all at once stated the equal component. Bobby Kennedy did something weird? A Kennedy in league with a Republican? That's like ordering white wine with undergrow. Now, appearance, I like Bobby and usually will, and there are matters he has been approximately that no one else would touch. But yes, I additionally assume he is bizarre. I couldn't aid him for president. His wife is Cheryl Hines, who Larry David turned into, quoted as describing, because the exceptional person I've ever met. The one individual in Hollywood who would not have an unmarried enemy. Well, now she does, because she did not throw her husband beneath the bus while her husband decided approximately something which she's made plain she disagrees with, but that did not fulfill the obnoxious posers on the aforementioned far left. And Bill Maher wasn't approximately to permit this slide. Bill tore into the hypocrisy. He mentioned how, in idea, liberals are presupposed to be compassionate. Yet in practice, they're whatever but, he said, and I quote, in idea they hate bullying, however in exercise it's not bullying after they stick your head in the bathroom. Bill wasn't accomplished. He called out Bradley Whitford immediately, accusing him of mansplaining to a female how she'd have to handle her marriage. And the kicker? Doing it no longer head-to-head, however behind the protection of a keyboard. Classic. Thousands tweet screened at Cheryl things like, how do you live with yourself? Do better. I cannot even revel in the episodes of Curb Your Enthusiasm with you in them anymore. It's no surprise Larry divorced you. Yeah, it really is a character on TV. However, the tweet that got the most attention was from actor Bradley Whitford, who wrote, "Hey Cheryl Hines, way to stay silent whilst your lunatic husband throws his guide behind the adjudicated rapist who brags approximately stripping girls in their essential rights. Gutsy, extraordinary example for the kids, profile and courage." Yeah, nicely, you understand. What I suppose isn't gutsy? Mansplaining to a lady, but of path no longer to her face. How she ought to sacrifice her marriage. Also, you could study something on Twitter that met together with your approval. They demanded she publicly denounce him, throw him beneath the bus, and essentially destroy her marriage to meet their outrage. Maher reminded absolutely everyone of a simple reality. Personal relationships shouldn't be a battleground for political wars. This is not pretty much Cheryl Hines or Bobby Kennedy Jr. It's approximately a cultural shift, a willingness to assault households, friendships, or even marriages over politics. And Bill Maher, he's not staying silent. His closing phrases have been a wake-up call. Liberals want to don't forget what they stand for: compassion, equity, and sure, tolerance. Because right now they may be looking loads like the bullies they declare to despise. In concept, liberals are compassionate. In practice, this guy can't even understand one of the most basic dilemmas common to all human beings: that while you're married, from time to time you need to swallow some shit. What do you think, oldsters? Did Bill Maher hit the nail on the top? Or is this simply some other case of political theater? And more importantly, is Cheryl Hines being unfairly focused for status through her husband? Drop your thoughts within the comments below. And in case you need extra fiery takes like this, hit that like button and subscribe for updates on all the drama, all of the controversies, and all the tales you may not hear anywhere else.